Chat. ARP went full DME Detroit on the app today. I'm just saying. He said, F the app. All right. Proud to pay. So, all right. So let me explain something to you. This is what I've been saying that. That's the word, the narrative that drives me crazy is it's only $7.99. It's cheap. What are you worried about, DME? It's not about that, bro. It's about value for $1. It's about it doesn't matter what it costs. It costs $1. It costs 50 cents. If I'm not feeling the value for it, then how could you not? Because again, we're in an era now where people first of all, there's no reason to make people wait. There hasn't been a reason to make people wait in years. In years. No company gets away with this. Wrestling can't just, you guys always want to talk about wrestling. Wrestling can't just do their pay-per-views do an app-only pay-per-view, right? Where it's not watched live, all right? Even back in the day, so they went through their pay. They always had no matter what a pay-per-view happened, it happened live. You were able to buy it live, all right? Even when they went on the network, it's still streamed live. That's how people want to experience what they love, especially a product like battle rap, a product like wrestling, any product like this, MMA. You want to experience it live. There's something that can't be replicated when you just watch a replay. It can't be replicated. So when you take that out of it, and the only reason why they were able to get away with it for the past 3 years is because they had the caffeine. So they had a mix of both. They had live, all right, for free, and then they had the app. So they were able to get away with it, even though they weren't dropping battles on time. And that's the number one main issue with URL. It's number one, they don't have live for their app-only events. And number two, it's not like they don't have live and then they drop the battles the next day. They make you wait 3, sometimes 4 weeks, an entire month before you get an app-only event. They'll have another 2 events before they drop an event that happened 3 events ago. So you're getting all this content thrown at your face on Twitter and people who are at the event talking about it and everything like that. And then as a fan, you just have to sit there and wait. And then you ask yourself, I'm paying for an app, $7.99 every single month. Why am I waiting? What am I waiting for? Even if they dropped it the next day, it's still not a better experience than watching it live, but it's way better than making you, at least there's still some hype for the battle if it's dropped the next day. Then I could justify my $7.99. I think what RBE did here showed everybody, and I've always known this. I didn't need this event to make me realize this is common sense, but we'll pay $50 if we have the option, and we'll enjoy it, and we're not going to complain. $50 is like almost 5-6 months of the app. So it's not about the money. It's never been about the money. You only insult us when you say the worst thing anyone could ever say to you is, and I heard this a lot. I heard this before from the URL people when they were first shopping the app. Well, you pay this much for, Jordans. You pay this much for this. You pay this much for a cup of coffee. You pay, what's $7.99? That's insulting. That's insulting, and you know that. You know that. It's insane to say something like that, all right? Because that's not about what it is, all right? ARP's right about something. You're proud to pay. You're proud to pay for something if you're getting enjoyment out of it, if you're getting your money's worth, if you think that it's cool. Once we start believing that it's not, and that you're taking advantage of us, and it's only about the money, and it's not about the art form, that's when we as a consumers, have a problem with it, and we start saying, you know what, I'll cancel the app. It's the same thing with Hitman Holla and what I said about CoastalRain.tv. If he would have been transparent from the beginning, all right, maybe some of us would have been more on board. It still would have been a ridiculous idea. Think about it. What a reality show launches on a paywall where that's the only show on the paywall? It's never been done. It's insane to think that we're supposed to pay $5.99 for one show, And then I paid for it. Well, Ponce paid for it. We bought it the first month. Then you move servers right after the second episode. You lock everyone out of their account. They have to re-register just to get access to their account so they can cancel. And some people weren't even able to do that. I have proof of people who were not able to do that and got charged that second month while they were trying to cancel, but were locked out because you did it right at that month point period, where you guys locked into that second month and then got locked out. We look like that as a scam. I'm sorry, Hitman. It is. It's ridiculous the way you guys went about it. And the fact that you expect people to pay $5.99 for just one show, a reality show that has no fan base? The show has no fan base. It's a brand new show. How do you expect people to pay off rip? The point of a reality show should be to drive people to something else, to get these people's profiles up, to drive them to, I don't know, to a pay-per-view, to their battles. Like, what's the point of this? Like, are you a reality show network now? Huh? You're going to start producing all these reality shows? That's what you decided to do? Well, you need to have a bunch of reality shows if you're going to do a network before you start charging people. You should have had this for free off the rip. I understand you're paying for it, but is this thing really netting you any money? Huh? Is that $5.99 from a handful of battle rap fans? Is that cost benefit help going the other way when there's zero exposure? And you did say it was on national. I'm sorry, you said it was on national television. This is not national television. You can spin it any way you want and whatever you want. People in the show thought it was on national television as the show's happening. Yeah, we're on national television. This is crazy. It's behind a paywall on a network nobody has. I'm sorry, that's not national television. I think you dropped the ball big time on this. We'll see. It's your business model. But again, we would have no problem to pay. Number one, if we weren't lied to from the beginning. We were lied to. All right? You can spin it all you want and say you never said national television. I got tweets. I got comments of people saying it in the show. You cannot your spin now is, what does national television really mean? That's your new spin. It's not about I said it or not. It's what does it really mean? It means Coastal Rain, and it's on a template website. It's not even your own server. Movie.com isn't your own server. You're borrowing their server. You're renting out their server. All right. They produce the app for you for Roku. They're producing the app for you for Apple. You're not doing any of that. You made it seem like you're doing all this stuff, but you're not. All right. You're on the Squarespace of, I guess, new streaming services now. Movie.com. Anyone can do it. But this is not even about that. It's just a point, all right, that if we'll spend the money if we deem it worth it. If we deem it worth it. It's not about the actual amount. I tweeted out the other day, I'd pay $20 a month for the app if you guys streamed the thing live. I'd probably pay $30 a month for the app if you guys streamed it live. All right? And back to ARP, the reason why I think and ARP explained this and I think it's been a boiling point. He said F the app because he said that he's always been about he doesn't like to count people's dollars. All right, he doesn't want to disrespect the way people make money, this, that, and the other, but he doesn't feel like it's been reciprocated from the other side. That URL's constantly taking shots and constantly blocking battles and trying to hurt their business. And it's true, they low-key are. And I've said it from the beginning. I don't understand why they block battles. I don't understand why they're so committed with these artists, all right, where it's like it's this big deal that they go to a King of the Dot and raise their profile and then come back to the URL. They go to RBE, raise their profile and come back to the URL. Why is that a big deal? Why does that need to be blocked? How does that hurt you? I don't understand how it hurts you. And URL takes all these shots. They said it's not 30, it's not 40, it's not 50. It's $7.99. The problem is, I'd rather pay $50 for a live event than $7.99 for battles that are in the can. It's point blank, period. Battles that are in the can. What does in the can mean? It means battles that have been recorded already and then they're old. They've already been talked about on Twitter. The buzz is gone. All right. The point of entertainment is to watch it live. In 99% of the cases, there's very rare entertainment things like a reality show, something you don't need to watch live. Fine. All right. Things like that. But sporting events, battle rap events, fighting events, wrestling, these things, they need to be consumed live. All right, the replays imagine if the NBA did an app, right? So we're taking all our games off of ESPN and ABC. We're gonna only be on the app. Yeah, you're gonna have a bunch of NBA maniacs that are gonna say, yeah, great, let's do. If you're an NBA fan, buy the app so you can watch the games. No, it's still gonna. You're gonna have. You might gonna make money in the short term, and some people are still gonna do it because they love the NBA so much. But the whole NBA culture is gonna die. It's gonna completely die off eventually. It's not gonna happen right away. But if it's not seen on national television anymore, or it's not accessible for free to people, or as free as possible, as far as cable and this, light, and then the other. So people are like, cable's not free. Like, it's just, again, you're insulting my intelligence. It's a big package. I understand it's not free, but it gives you so much for the price you're paying, right? Even though it is very expensive nowadays, but you still get everything. All right, so it's if it's on cable and everyone has cable, and not everyone does anymore, it's still free to be added to. You know what I mean? Like, for me to even have to explain it makes my head hurt, and it's stupid. You understand what that means? Don't say, "Oh, you pay for cable," please. Okay, but if it's all on the NBA app, imagine what would happen to the NBA in 2, 3, 4 years. No one would know who any of these basketball players are anymore. They'd have no awareness. No, we like, did LeBron retire? I haven't seen him in a while. Even though he's playing. Oh, he's playing on the app. Right? Imagine this. Right? Then, now, forget that. Now imagine if the NBA put all the games on the app. However, they didn't drop them right. Imagine if they waited 2 weeks to drop the games. Oh, we're not going to drop the games right away. We're going to drop the games in a couple of weeks. So in 2 weeks, we're gonna have a backlog of games. You'll watch and the NBA Finals happens in June. You might get it in July or August. That's how we're looking right now. You might get the NBA Finals in July or August after it plays. It's just insane to me. And the fact that you guys, this is your business model. And again, the only reason you were able to slide, and this has always been a problem with the app. It's always been a problem with the app. The only reason you've been able to slide the last few years is because you've had the mix of caffeine. So it's hard for people to say, well, they give you the caffeine option, all right, which is just a one and done. You can't rewatch it, all right, unless you try to bootleg it yourself or you get a bootleg. But it's one and done. It's recorded live one time. If you're not available on that specific time frame when it happened, you'll never get able to see it. That's another thing with the pay-per-views. You can watch a pay-per-view. You pay for a pay-per-view. You watch it live if you can. You might miss some of the battles. You might not be able to watch it all live. All right? So the next day, the VOD's available. You get to watch it. We have no problem paying for battle rap. We're a small community. We'll pay for this. All right? But you got to make it make sense. And this whole "I'm done with YouTube" smack rant is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. You don't need to. You don't have to make that decision. You don't need to be done with YouTube. All right, you can have your app and use YouTube as a vehicle to drive people to your app by dropping battles on YouTube, by continuing to cultivate the community and making the community bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, battlers that go to other leagues and battle don't hurt you; they help you. That brings their profile up. Are you just mad that you have to pay them more now? But money breeds money. It's all, again, why are the only millionaires Smack, Beasley, and Chico in battle rap? Why is that? Why aren't battlers millionaires? This doesn't make any sense to me. There should be so many battle rappers that are now millionaires because of strictly battle rap. But it's not happening. It doesn't happen. All right? I don't know if this King Bao thing is a thing because, he doesn't want to explain it in English. All right, what the blockchain means and NFT means, and he doesn't, like, how does it work today? No one even asked him that question. Chat, there's only one, anybody who interviews King Bao, there's only one question to ask him. How does this work in real life money today? How does it work today? Not in future adoption, not if this happens or this happens or this happens or this happens or this gets adopted. How does it work today? No one, all the interviews I've seen of King Bao, no one asked him, how does this work today? It's insane that you guys don't ask him that. That's the only question to ask him. He should be offering it up himself, and he's not. That makes me wonder why he's not. Why isn't he explaining it how it works in today's world? But y'all get up there and you say, "Oh, you're gonna lose to Daylight with those bars." That's your questions to him. Who cares about the battle? All right. What's going on with this thing? What's going on with create your own? How do you do this? He doesn't explain it. So, yeah, I mean, go watch ARP's blog. He went on. It was very DM Detroit-esque. When I say that, I just mean that. I've been saying that about the app since you can go back and watch, you know, since the app's inception. I was the most critical of it. I even had arguments with P and all these guys and on Black Compass about it, about they're gonna abandon YouTube, and they were telling me at the time, no, we're never gonna abandon YouTube. The battles, the story, the story at the beginning was no. The battles will go to the app and then they'll drop on YouTube in like 3-4 months. That was always the plan. That was what they sold us on. Yeah, it'll go to the app and then in 3-4 months it'll go to YouTube. Well, that never happened. They did a couple like that, but that never happened. And then now it's just like honestly in the past 3 years they probably only had about 15 to 20 total drops out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of battles. And the only big drops were probably the Hollow, which I think Hollow puts in his contract. I think the Hollow K-Shine battle. Honestly, I don't think Hollow K-Shine was put on the YouTube because they wanted to disrespect Shine. I always thought Hollow had that in his contract because all of Hollow's battles have been put on YouTube. No, I guess not all of them, but I don't know. Maybe it could have been a little bit pettiness too. But I'm assuming that Hollow puts that in his contract that he gets YouTube drop. They had the Mook battle get dropped. They dropped the Mook and Calico fight battle on there, which is, this is what they dropped. But again, the more people the more I honestly believe, and you can take it for what you want. The more YouTube drops URL has, the more app subscribers URL has. I think it coincides with each other. And anyone that disagrees doesn't understand business, doesn't understand the consumer psychology, doesn't understand anything. They're just looking at it in a weird. You're playing defense when you're saying you can't try. Everything's got to go to the app because if anything goes to YouTube, then our customers are gonna cancel the app because they'll be like, well, I can just wait it out and wait it out and wait it out and eventually get the product. That's insulting your customer base. All right. By thinking that the only reason they're here is because they want to get, the only reason they're getting it, the only reason they're paying for the app is because if they can get it for free eventually, then they wouldn't pay for it. That's insulting your fan base. No, we will pay for it for immediate access. We will pay for it to watch it live. All right. All that other shit, all that is for the casual fans. You got it. Your whole thing is to drop it on YouTube eventually after a while, so the casual fans, the community stays alive and healthy, and you're able to convert those casual fans from the YouTube to your app, so because they're gonna want to watch it immediately. Do you not understand how a consumer works? When you watch something for free, that makes you want to pay for it to watch it live. That's how you convert people. You can convert any casual into a fanatic, but that's the only way you can do it. You can't convert a casual into a fanatic by offering nothing. This is common sense. F the app. I've been saying that. And again, ARP only went after him because he feels like URL does not respect them. URL goes after them. They try to take money out of all the league's pockets. They block, steal. And he's actually come to a boiling point where he's fed up with it. And it was good to see that side of him. Love you guys. Let me know what you think. And he's talking about Murda Mook 3-card deal. Yikes. Love you guys. Peace.